Hey guys, so the ban list is finally out. Super exciting anytime this comes out. So I do have it open on Twitter. I haven't actually seen anything beyond this first page for the most part. So I am super excited to find out what's been on. And you know what? Hopefully we can use this video as a way to just discuss what are your thoughts on the ban list. Anyways, so at least from the image alone, of course, Die Smasher. I mean, I think this makes sense. I think it was very obvious in terms of cards like VFD and let's say Numeron Zexal. They usually do end up getting banned. Moon of the Closed Heaven though, hey, finally some kind of Fiendsmith hit. I mean, it's been a pretty fair package. I guess maybe at least you get rid of the generic Link 2 shenanigans to go into the Fiendsmith engine. I think that's pretty fair for the most part. Splash Mage, that's a card that actually did come up a bit during, like, let's say when Malice first entered like tier 1 status. So I think it's kind of cool to finally get rid of that. And then King of the Feral Imps, I guess a lot of people definitely were pretty tired with sort of the way Mitsurugi plays. I wasn't a huge fan of that kind of play style either, just in terms of just constant ads. And with the new support too, they just became really strong to deal with if you don't open something like Droll, for example. So moving on to the limited. Oh, wow, this is really long. So X, okay, and Dormouse. So they're hitting these names. They did semi-limit them before, which was kind of I want to say almost a new direction in terms of just semi-limiting like all the engine cards, especially in decks like Malice and Ryzeal, where maybe there's not that one clear problematic card, for example. So they took that route, but looks like they're actually just limiting the really good ones. And Raisin, oh my goodness, they are already hitting Vanquish Soul. I'm a little surprised with that. I actually thought they would leave that behind. Obviously, it's been doing really well since the support. But yeah, kind of curious to see that, especially, you know, in terms of the new time rules, it technically kind of hinders Vanquish Soul, at least their time con. But I mean, I guess they still went with the hit. Fiendsmith Lacrima. So that's funny. I believe I actually put this on the ban list survey because of the new time rules that are coming in. So I guess they decided to bring that back. So Linkuriboh, okay. So I guess with it was originally on because of Malice. Summon Sork, that's with, of course, the errata, I assume. Herald of the Arclight being limited because of Yummy. That's interesting, actually. I mean, sure. I guess that's fair. I mean, it comes and goes for sure, depending on the format. I believe, like, even way back. I want to say Adamancipator. I'm not sure when the last time I saw a lot of Herald Arclight. I might be remembering that wrong, though. But Dryden coming back, I think that was actually, I don't want to say obvious because it was taking way longer than it should, but I think it's not surprising for people just because of, let's say, Ryzeal detonated can be around. I think Zodiac Dryden can come back too. Chris Trunk and Obedient School. Wow, I was saying how I didn't think they would hit this already for Yummy. But I guess, I mean, being an indirect card, it wasn't even an expensive card. They reprinted as a rare. I guess, sure. And Stake Your Soul. Oh my. I'm surprised they're hitting this much on Vanquish Soul. So it's pretty big. They're hitting a lot of top decks, even if they sort of relatively became top. And Solemn Judgment, you know, it's funny, I'd originally put this on the balance prediction survey, not the last one, but the one before that, especially with like Strike and everything, because you just can't stop it. And Red reboots around, you really can't stop this anymore going second. And so most people thought this wouldn't change again. I actually did think that this, at least Judgment for sure. Strike is also a popular one. We'll see if they eventually hit that as well. So let me know what your thoughts are on these ones. This is a very big limited section. So, okay, so I did see the photo for this one just before I clicked full screen, but I'm super happy to have Brand of Fusion back to 2. You know, Gimmick Puppet Nightmares banned. And I mean, sure, there's a couple of other options, right? Like there's like Idol, for example, but with Brand of Fusion to 2, this is really big. The Draco Tail stuff also supplemented them. Although from what I saw not that long ago, I believe there was a regional topping branded list that actually, they weren't even playing Draco Tail stuff anyways. So I'm really happy with this. This is actually going to make a very big difference. And I'm pretty excited to play branded again, I guess. Okay, so now Unlimited Glow Bulb. This came up quite a lot in the balance prediction surveys I've done. This was originally sort of preemptively banned just before April 2020 when the Master Rule 5 was coming into play. So I guess they hit a lot of cards that they ended up putting back, like let's say like Toad, for example. Masterpiece is unlimited because, well, they put it to 1, didn't do anything, and you have something like, let's say, X Pearly Noir, and if that can be around, I think Masterpiece, while it's not fun to have stun decks like that, it's really a crap deck, so it doesn't really matter. Morphing Jar, wow, they're putting all these Snake Eye, some of the older cards, and even Snake Eye stuff is coming back now. That's interesting. I feel like, I'm not even sure if that lasted a year now at this point. Diagram, this, I don't know why it took so long. I think I had this in the survey as well. It's just what decks are using it, right? True Draco, True King. They're both really crap and garbage, so it's not going to work. Oh, Lightning Storm back to 3. Okay, I actually like that. Yeah, you know, when it got to 2, I guess that's understandable, but at the time, I mean, I don't think anyone had that on their prediction bingo, but yeah, interesting to see that. And Barrage coming back as well. So yeah, Zodiac cards, I think that's totally fine. I mean, sometimes you see a top here and there even nowadays, but it's pretty rare, and I think it's fine. So definitely let me know what you think and what you're sort of what you're surprised with, what you think that they should have done. I think they actually did a lot. This is a very big list considering that Justice Hunters kind of sort of fixed the format on its own anyways. So now with, let's say, Vanquish Soul being hit, even Yummy being hit, but no Draco Tail card hits. I mean, of course, or at least indirect, but I mean, I think that's a pretty fair deck, I want to say. So, and then of course K9 stuff is still going to be pretty popular. So I'm actually really interested. Obviously for me, this is the best change. I'm really happy with this. Brand of Fusion being a 1 was really awful, especially when you, let's say, Fusion Duplication, you banish it, and you really only have Kit to bring it back, and most likely that's probably not happening all the time. So I'm really happy with this one for the Rogue Enthusiasts. But yeah, limited. I mean, there's just a lot of changes, and I think they did a pretty good job. I'm trying to think if they missed any clear ones, but definitely let me know what your thoughts are in terms of the hits. I think they did a pretty good job here. So really looking forward to your thoughts.